Anyway, can I ask you about the MGs and if you're comfortable talking about being in a band with and you guys were very much held up as this sort of you wrote a record called Melting Pot and people looked at the Booker T and the MGs as this harmonious interracial thing, but it wasn't always that way. Um, and if you want to talk about your band at all.
Yeah, yeah. We're This is 2020, and it doesn't differ so much from 1820 in political terms, unfortunately. Uh, and so, yeah, we but yeah, we existed. We subsisted together. We fed on and from each other musically uh, in a hostile racial environment. Uh, Other people have done that, and so we had our injuries and wounds as a result of that. That's such a toxic environment, and we're doing such a beautiful thing, making music, and people loved it. We loved it. It sustained us. Um, but ultimately, your outside environment is going to affect you. It's just like the smoke here that comes from the fires in California. Eventually, it's going to get you. And so that's what happened in a nutshell. Um, there was a lot of love, and but eventually, all of the societies are built like they have building blocks, and those blocks are much stronger than the pieces. The society is going to be what it is, and if it's got a structure, it's gonna prevail.
Are you optimistic about America and its direction? Maybe not today, but maybe like in a longer term.
There have been so many encouraging awakenings that have been encouraged. The price has been catastrophic for
Mm-hmm.
those awakenings,
Mm-hmm.
but they have occurred. So you got to cut your losses, and you got to be positive
Mm-hmm.
in order for the positive to prevail.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the just the word America means something good.
Let me ask you this. I get asked this question a lot. Do you think music makes any difference?
Yeah, music is psychological blood for life.
Mm,
It is. What
mm,
can we do? What can we do without music? We can't get married. We can't relax.
mm,
So uh, it's some people probably can't live without it.
mm,
So that gives us a responsibility.
mm,
Maybe we don't want it, but music picks us up. I mean, and it carries us.
mm,
So I mean, look at the life of Marvin Gaye.
mm,
I mean, look at the weight he carried, and look
mm,
at what he did. Look at all the joy he brought with the music.
mm.
So
Like music, yeah, all that kind of stuff. How music is sort of something a communicative device beyond language, which makes us feel empathy for other people.
well, it's extremely important. That's your area. That's one of the reasons why we connected. Your area is words. Words are the most powerful thing we have, and the
Maybe
music,
harmful. Yeah.
yeah, and the music carries the words. The music complements the words. Uh, all of our thoughts, all of our ideas have to be communicated with words. So those are the powerful things. And you mentioned a good example there. Chuck D. He would take 3 or 4 words and a little bit of music, and there you got a powerful force.
Well, I think it's for me. It's like the reason I'm not I don't think of myself as a poet. I think of myself as a songwriter, and I wouldn't be able to write if I didn't have the music. Right? It's like I think songwriting. Think of songwriting as swimming, and if there's no water, I can't. And it could be a creek, it could be an ocean, it could be a warm bath, it could be a cold pond, or it could be a slushy puddle. But music is water and I can't do anything. Like I'm a fish out of water without music as a writer.
Yeah, Sibelius comes to mind. Jean Sibelius was one of the reasons why I became a musician. You know, his country was under siege, and he didn't need any words. He just wrote that melody, uh, the symphony, and you know what the words are there. You know the feeling. You know you get the emotion. And he didn't need one single word. He used the violins, and so yeah, it communicates. But there was also a political situation that he was the timing. That's what we have right now. No one needs to wonder what a piece of music can mean now because the situation is so dire.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I want to ask you one last question, and it's because I've been asked this about this record, Serpentine Prison, and I think I talked to you a little bit about it. But the record Stardust by Willie Nelson was what my dad's favorite record,
Yeah.
and making this record, excuse me, was not. I wasn't writing songs about my dad, but I wanted to do the covers sort of to make a record for my dad, because a record that felt that that way.
Mhm.
and I've talked a lot about my parents, and my parents have always been so encouraging. Like when I wanted to, quit piano, they're like, fine, and they didn't make it hard on me to quit piano. And when
Mhm.
I wanted to quit, go to art school or quit this thing to switch to art, or quit this
Yeah.
career. And I know that you had parents that were similar, and I just want to talk about like your parents and how you think your parents, because I see you with your kids, and I see you, all of your kids are so kind to you, and you and Nan are so kind. Tell me
Mhm.
about that, or whatever
I
you want.
owe both of them. My dad was the one who sat out in the car and waited when I was a kid and I was in the club to take me home. He's the one that paid for the clarinet. He's the one that said, okay, I'll take you guys. He picked
Mm-hmm.
up Maurice White's drums and brought
Mm-hmm.
drums home from the store so we could have a drummer.
Yeah.
But when you hear me play or when you hear me sing, you're hearing the essence, the musical essence of my mother, who played piano when I was a kid. She first played Debussy,
Mm-hmm.
and she played Chopin, she played Liszt, she played gospel music at church.
Mm-hmm.
I inherited and she gave me the musical feeling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yeah.
those are my parents, and she was music.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Booker. I can't wait to see you, and I can't wait to play these songs with you as much as possible in the future, and many more. Um, yeah, I would not have been able to do even begin to do this project without you, and I never would have finished it without. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, I learned so much from you, and I appreciate it so much.
I'm glad you feel that way. We had a good time.
We did.
We have something to show for it. We're fortunate.
Yeah. Thanks, pal.
I enjoyed talking to you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Booker. Thank you, guys. Booker, I will talk to you soon.